Welcome back, friends. So, we have seen yet another dramatic day of collapse on Wall Street. I had mentioned that the afternoon session will see a dramatic collapse, and this is exactly what we saw. Dow Jones sharply higher, more than 320 points on the back of a fantastic renomination of Fed Chair Jeremy Powell, lost almost all but 17 points of its gains in the session. The tech heavy NASDAQ down over 2% today. All this we could see over the weekend. I had pointed out that a correction is coming this week, and we saw it. This year's hottest tech IPOs, including Rivian, Affirm, and Roblox, have plummeted in the market today. The tech heavy NASDAQ has sunk deeply into the negative. There is probably, on the face of it, one can say there is no clear cut reason, but then how could we get it over the weekend? We saw the sell off coming. So it's rather unnerving at this point of time to see all this happen. And not only that, look at cryptocurrencies. I had mentioned over the weekend that now these are the ones that are going to get a good knock. And look at it, from 66,000, now they've collapsed to 55,000, the Bitcoin. Okay. So one can mention that Affirm, which has seen rapid stock growth amidst its new partnership with Amazon, dropped more than 9%. Roblox, which benefited from rising interest in the metaverse, closed down almost 11%. The sell-off in electric vehicle maker Rivian, which was valued ahead of Ford and General Motors after its market debut and is slated to rival Tesla, is continued on Monday. Its stock dropped more than 8% as investors continued to take profits. Now, what are the reasons? Fear of higher interest rates, which generally means a reduction in expected earnings growth for investors, could be one good contributor to the sell-off. Yet, President Joe Biden nominated US Federal Reserve Chairman Jeremy Powell for a second term on Monday, and the first Fed hike isn't expected until summer 2022 at the earliest. Amidst rate potential hikes, you can imagine that various portfolio managers are being asked to focus now on growth stocks with elevated current profitability and stay clear of fast growing firms valued entirely on long term growth expectations. So, even you have top investment banks now looking at avoiding fast growing firms valued entirely on long term growth expectations, which will be more vulnerable to the risk of higher interest rates or disappointing revenues. In contrast, growth stocks with elevated current profitability have comparatively shorter durations and therefore are less exposed to the risk of rising interest rates. Voila, we have the return of consumer discretionary stocks and utilities, at least in 2022. Some of those technology companies cited with high profitability and fast expected revenue growth included Palantir, Zoom, Meta, and Alphabet. Some of the biggest IPOs of 2020 feeling the pinch included Asana, which plummeted almost 23%, DoorDash dropped 6%, and Airbnb sank 7% on Monday. A rotation out of tech stocks earlier this year had pummeled cloud stocks such as Fastly and Snowflake as investors moved into financials and commodity stocks that typically outperform during inflationary periods. So do remember financials and commodity stocks. Now, both the stocks closed down 6% and 9% respectively. I was talking about Fastly and Snowflake. So we had a very difficult session. The question is, where do we go from here? In fact, this is how the nature of the beast is. I believe that still I am of the opinion that a sharp correction is just very much around the corner. Now, which will be the periods which are more suspect to a sharp drawdown in stocks, and what will be get hit the most will be those stocks which have run up the most. And I'm talking not only about stocks, I'm talking about all asset classes, including cryptocurrencies. Those will be hit the most which have run up the most. In such a scenario, you will need to reevaluate your portfolios, need to stay away from stocks which have not been performing in the past, but which may be turning the corner now, that the tech heavy laden NASDAQ is getting into circumspect territory. And all this creates the roads for a complete turnaround and a sector rotation. Okay, so we had growth which was doing extremely well. We can come back to value. We can come back to those stocks which perform well in inflationary environments. Friends, this is not an easy scenario to navigate. For those who have still not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do it right away. And those who would like to be a part of Premium or Premium Plus, where you get information about where the markets are headed on a daily, weekly, monthly basis and beyond, please do join my Premium or Premium Plus. For this purpose, you may either WhatsApp me on 982-086-1044. You can also email me at my email address, which is globalmoneyinvestor@gmail.com. globalmoneyinvestor@gmail.com. In a great address and press conference, Joe Biden talked about Jay Powell's tremendous contribution in a very difficult COVID environment, how he managed to stitch together a package which could save the country from entering into a recession, and something which was staring at the face and was very much alike to the Great Depression. Therefore, Joe Biden preferred to re-nominate Jay Powell. Although a Republican, yet he wished to maintain continuity. And Jay Powell has acceptance both among the Republicans and the Democrats. And I think it was a great idea on the part of Joe to re-nominate Jay Powell. And although this resounded very well and market went up in a jiffy immediately after the presidential nomination announcement, yet the presidential nomination announcement of the Fed chair, let me make it clear, yet one found, and you can go back and look at my videos. I did point out it's a negative day. Okay, Dow Jones, by the way, just managed to escape from getting into negative territory. Okay, it was a pretty sharp drop at the end. These are calculations, friends, which are based on immense calculations and hard work we have been doing of over 35 years in trying to stitch together a formula so that you can help predict the markets better. I'm among the very, very tiny group who believes that without being able to see the markets well in advance, your investment is of no use. Now, look at your own portfolio the last 1 week or so. You can yourself see being badly battered, and more is yet to come. Although I think that this correction and the nature of the correction will be one that it will not continue to fall down in one straight line. There will be fall, recovery, fall again, and then you may see some big falls coming in as well. So to get to know as and when how these big falls are coming, please do join my Premium or Premium Plus Telegram channels, and you can get in touch with me at my WhatsApp number 982-086-1044. You can also conveniently email me at globalmoneyinvestor@gmail.com. globalmoneyinvestor@gmail.com. For those who would like us to are representing some companies and you would like us to give a presentation to your executives as to where the markets are headed so they can plan investments, we can even have in-house conference, we can have a Zoom conference, and we would be very happy to do that as well for you. The markets are going to enter into a rather volatile period where will be sharp ups and sharp downs, and we will help you navigate through the entire process. So we would love to come and present and give you a presentation of where the markets are headed from here and which are your best investment alternatives. So, well, have a nice rest of the trading. The trading day is over now, and in fact, Japan should be open for trading shortly. So, have a nice evening, friends, and look forward to talking with you soon once again. Have a nice rest of the investment week. It's a shortened, a truncated one in the United States on account of the Thanksgiving holiday. So, wish you all a very happy Thanksgiving in advance. Talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.